hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the books that I love so much but did not finish. So I have like 6 books here to talk to you guys about, and these are some really good books. Like, I started reading all of these books not at once obviously, but I started reading all of these books and I actually liked some of them. I just really fell in love with, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I just couldn't finish these books. Like, I couldn't even bring myself to, just sit and continue. It's not about the story, it's not about the characters, because they are lovely. In fact, 2 of these books are from my favorite author, so it's kind of like really painful to actually talk about it. I know it doesn't really show, but trust me, I'm crying inside because, oh my god, some of these books are really good, like really good, but I don't know, life happens, so I didn't finish them. I don't know, let's just start talking about the book, shall we? Before that, if this is the first time you're watching any of my videos, hi, I'm Supraja Krishnan and welcome to my channel. I make book related videos, movie related videos and all this kind of rant videos in this channel. So if you think you might like any of these contents, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. A little disclaimer, this video is going to be kind of really emotional and raw for me because, as I said, I love these books and it is really painful for me to sit here and talk about these books like I don't really like them because I didn't finish them. But trust me, I love these books. Some of them are like real gems, but whatever. So if I start screaming or if my voice just goes up a bit, it's because of the emotion, so please don't mind that. As I said, I'm crying inside and this is painful, so let's just get it over with. So the first book I'm going to talk to you guys about is Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I have actually talked about this book once in my channel, but I don't really know what I told, like what I said. So yeah, here we go again. This is actually a memoir, which means this book is all about Elizabeth Gilbert herself. It's about her life, so what happened in her life and how she found herself and all that. This book is a non-fiction, obviously it's a memoir, so maybe that is the reason why I didn't like this book so much, because I'm not really a non-fiction reader. I am a hardcore fiction reader. If you give me a non-fiction book, I don't know, it'll take me years to finish even like 2 pages. If you're a non-fiction reader, you're actually gonna love this book. Well, I did. This book is divided into 3 parts. The first part, it happens in Italy. That is where she eats a lot. And the second part happens in here in India, where she prays a lot. And I mean, that's what she said. And the third part, I don't know, where is it? I think it's Indonesia. Yes, it's Indonesia. So that is where she finds the love of her life. I only read the eat part, which happens in Italy. She talks about a lot of places. She talks about a lot of food, especially pizza. Oh my god. She just goes all the way to another place, to another place just to eat the best pizza in Italy. And when I was reading that line, when I was reading that part, I was like, I want to go there and have the best pizza because I love pizza. So if you're a pizza lover, you're gonna love this book. If you're someone who loves Italy, you're gonna love this book. If you're someone who loves French, you're definitely gonna love this book. There are a lot of places where she uses these French words, so I had to use Google Translate a lot, and that was actually a very fun experience for me. She joins this class where she meets a lot of new people and where she learns to speak French, and that is one really cute and amazing thing. I loved that part. I was actually very excited when I came to the India part, because I just wanted to see where all she goes and what all she does and all that. But I don't know, I just couldn't bring myself to continue. It was kind of like dragging for me then. And I was really excited to read the Indonesia part because I have never been to Indonesia. So I thought I'll, get to know about a lot of places and all that, but I don't know, I didn't finish it. There is also a movie like in the same name, and I haven't watched the movie yet. If you're someone who loves non-fiction, if you're someone who loves the memoirs, if you're someone who loves to travel a lot, you might actually love this book. Even if you're not a reader, you can always watch the movie. But I would actually recommend you to pick this book up. Like, this is not even a hard book. The chapters are actually very small. That itself, like made me feel like I was accomplishing something, because I was reading a lot, because the chapters are really small. And I think each part has like, I think 30 chapters, I guess. So it's not really that hard. It's a very easy read, but I don't know, not one for me, I guess. The next book I want to talk to you guys about is The Hunger Games: Mockingjay. So this is the third book in a series. The first book in the series is called Hunger Games. So I cannot really tell you guys about this book because it is definitely going to be a spoiler for the entire series. So I'll just tell you guys a little bit about the first book. So this series is about a girl named Katniss Everdeen. So she lives in a place where she finds it really hard to even get a meal for her whole family. So they live in this place called Panem, where there are like 13 districts, and the capital, the first district, that is the one ruling the other districts. Every year they conduct a game like competition called the Hunger Games. This is a game where the participants, they just fight to death, like just to survive. Everyone from 12 years to 18 or 19 years old are supposed to participate, and they'll just draw names, and one girl and one boy are chosen and sent into the arena to fight to death. There's only one winner at the end, and that winner is given a lot of just money and a huge house to live in, everything. So our Katniss Everdeen is from District 12, and there has only been one winner from District 12 in a long time. So when the reaping happens, the reaping is the ceremony where they choose the tributes. So the tributes are the two people who are sent into the arena. Katniss Everdeen's sister Primrose Everdeen is the tribute chosen from District 12. So Katniss Everdeen volunteers to get into the arena to for the Hunger Games. So what happens in the arena and how she survives, and she has to kill, like they literally have to kill there in the arena, like they have to fight and kill the others to be the survivor, to be the winner. That winner will be given a lot of things, and their district will be given a lot of stuffs and everything. So that is what happens. So this book is all about what happens there and everything. So this is the story of the first book in the series, The Hunger Games. So this is the third book in the series. A lot of things happen from there. This is a continuation of the story, obviously, and this book is all about, I don't know, politics, I guess, actually. Maybe that is why I didn't finish this book. I loved the first game. It was like so action packed. It was kind of I was like on the edge reading the first book. Like I really loved it so much, and Katniss's character is very well written, and the book itself is actually very well written. The characters are so good, the plot is so good, the way they I don't know, if you're someone who loves action movies, you're definitely gonna love this book. This book is about rebelling. This book is about fighting for what you love. This book is about fighting for your everyday life. So if you're someone who loves these kinds of things, definitely pick this up. This is actually a very simple book. There is politics, there is action, killing, everything is there. This is a package. The next book I want to talk about is The Secret Dream World of a Shopaholic. This is the one I was talking about. This is really painful for me to talk about. Like, Sophie Kinsella is my favorite author, well, like one of my favorite authors, but I just love her writing so much. I love her book so much. If you're not someone who's new to this channel, I know I say this like in every video, but again, it is worth it. Like, she is an amazing writer. If you're not someone who is new to this channel, you would know that I love her so much. And this is I think this is the only series she's written. I have no idea, but I think this is a very long series. I think there are like 7-8 books, but I just wanted to read this book so badly, like, oh my god. And this is all about shopping. I am not really a very like great shopper, but it is nice to read about it. So this book is about Rebecca Bloomwood, who finds solace, who finds happiness in shopping. Like, shopping is like therapy. If she is sad, she goes shopping. If she is happy, she goes shopping. If she is, I don't know, bored, she goes shopping. So she's like that, and it is about her life and all that, I guess. So I'm not really sure what this book is all about, and I actually started reading it. I think I read like 40-50 pages more than once. I think I read like 3-4 times, but I just couldn't get past the 50 pages. Like, I don't know, something is wrong with me. Like, and this book is really loved by a lot of people. This is like the usual Sophie Kinsella, the wit, the humor, the comedy, love kind of book. So I really want to read this book. I have the whole series with me actually, except the last 2 books, I guess. So I have like 5-6 books, and I haven't even finished the first book yet. I mean, how crazy, how bad is that? This really is very painful for me to talk about, but yes, I want to finish this book. Please tell me how to finish this book. Please tell me how to read this book. Please help me. I want to finish this book, please. Oh Oh my god. So if you're someone who loves comedy so much, if you're someone who loves love, if you're someone who loves the rom-com kind of movies, you're definitely going to love this book. You're definitely going to love all of Sophie Kinsella's book. She also writes under the name Madeleine Wickham. That is her original name actually. Sophie Kinsella is her pen name. So all of her books are really good. If you're someone who loves rom-coms so much, pick her books. You will love them. I think I should start reading it again soon. And the next book I'm going to talk about is again A Desirable Residence by Sophie Kinsella. Well, by Madeleine Wickham actually. She writes some of her books, under the name Sophie Kinsella, and she writes some of the books under the name her original name. It is because the books she writes under her real name are kind of different from the books that she writes under the name Sophie Kinsella. So that is why she uses two names. So this book is about a couple who has a house that they want to sell, I guess. It's been in the market for like, I don't know, 2 years, I guess. I'm not sure actually. It's been so long since I read this book. I actually don't remember what this story is all about. I just remember there being a couple and they have a house that they want to sell, but I don't really remember anything else. So yeah, it was really good. I remember having fun reading the book though. I really want to pick this one up again and actually finish it, but I don't know. I don't know, I just can't bring myself to pick this one up. All of Sophie Kinsella's books are actually just like watching a rom-com movie. So if you're someone who loves rom-com a lot, definitely pick one of her books. You will automatically, pick all of her books. You will automatically read one after the other. Her books are like that actually. Her writing style is also very good. It's not very hard to read her books. Her language is really, it's like a river, it just flows. She's a really good author. Her stories all are very different, but they are, I don't know, same in a way. So you just have to read to find out what I'm talking about. So if you're someone who loves rom-coms, Sophie Kinsella is the author for you. And if you are a beginner, trust me, you can actually start with Sophie Kinsella's books. The next book I'm going to talk about, I actually have two books and I was like, okay, let me talk about this book first, but now I can see that I love both of these books and it's kind of hard for me to talk about both of these books, so I'm just gonna go with whatever I grab first. So the book I'm gonna talk about now is Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I don't know what to say. Like, I only read like 7-8 pages, I guess, of this book. No. I actually read like 50 pages or 20 pages. Yeah, I read like 50 pages and oh my god, this is the only book that I fell in love with, the very instant that I read the first line. Like, it was so good. The very first line, it just captured me. In fact, I'll read you the first line. So the first chapter's name is Death and Chocolate, and there's a lot of, just 4 lines of poem-like thing there, and there is this small fact that says, you are going to die. Like, that is how this book starts. Like, I was, when I started reading this book, I was like totally mind blown. And this whole book is narrated by the death itself. So this book is about Leslie, I guess, I forget the name of the girl. Liesl, I don't know how to pronounce it, so whatever. So it's about a small girl, this book is set in the Second World War time, so this is a historical fiction. It's World War time, so there'll obviously be a lot of deaths happening, and this girl happens to see one death, and she takes this little book from, behind the dead body, and death follows her everywhere, and it's death that narrates her story with everything that's happening around her, and it was so intriguing. I loved it so much. The thing is that I was reading 6 or 7 other books when I was reading this book, and I was like, I just totally fell in love with this book, with the very first page, and I was like, no, I want to read this book. Like, I just felt like I wanted to, like read very slowly and read, I just wanted to savor this book so much. I just wanted to, I don't know, totally feel each and every line of this book when I read it. So I just kept it aside to, read it, later, so that I can read only this book when I'm reading this. And that time never came. It's been, I don't know, 9-10 months, I guess. I think it's been like a year, and the only time I touched this book, like in this time span is when I moved here, and that is actually really very painful. If you can zoom in now, you can see my eyes tearing up because my eyes are tearing up. Oh my god, I love this book so much. It pains for me to say that I haven't finished this book. I really hope to pick this one up again someday and finish it. And the last book that I'm going to talk to you guys about is The Immortals of Meluha by Amish Tripathi. So this is a story of Shiva, and I love Shiva so much. I read this book like, I don't know, 8 9 times, and I think I read up to like 120 pages, I guess, and that's it. I couldn't get past the 120 pages. My brother, who is not at all a reader, like who just runs away from books, he just like that felt like reading this book because it's about Shiva. He just picked it up and read like, I don't know, 170 200 pages in a day, and I was like, dude, how are you doing that? And I, who actually am a reader, haven't. I haven't. So this book, The Immortals of Meluha, is the first book in the Shiva trilogy series. This book is not about the Lord Shiva himself. It is like, see, it's like this. Like, Shiva is just a human who we see as a god. So that is how this book is written. So that is how Amish Tripathi thinks, like, and that is, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm doing justice, but this book is a really good one. So yeah, I also talked about this book on a video where I talked about the books that I want to read this year, like in 2021. So I really want to read this book soon. Like, I really hope I finish this book like this year, because I want to read the whole trilogy. And Amish has also written another trilogy like this. I think it's about Rama, Sita and all that. I think that is Amish's book. Like, I'm not sure. A lot of people are actually writing books like that nowadays, so I'm actually, I don't know, I'm confused. So yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. These are the books that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Please let me know which of these books kind of intrigued you, which of these books did you like so much. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Until then, please take care, stay safe, keep spreading love. Don't forget to love yourself. I'll see you very soon. Bye.